So welcome, Literature and Writing 308A students. So today, right now, we're going to be learning about pronouncing Old English words. How do you pronounce Old English? And in particular, we're going to be focusing on the first 11 lines of Beowulf. Yay! So Old English consonants pretty much sound the same then as they do now. So the consonants don't present a challenge, but the vowels sound a little different. So if you've ever taken Spanish or really any European language, you'll know how the vowels sound because it's the same as in those languages. So I'm going to share my screen with you right now and show you some things. All right, here we go. So the A is not an A sound, it's an ah sound, like as in father, right? So A is ah. E, the E sound, makes an A sound like hey. So E is A, as in hey. I is E, as in P. O is O, as in no. U is an oo sound, like poo. Not you, like ew. It's not that sound. It's not the ew sound. It's the poo, ooh, 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 ooh. And then the one funky consonant you may run into, or you're going to run into for sure, is SC, which functions just the exact same way as our SH functions. So like ship, right? Shh. And in fact, the Old English word for ship is SCIP, ship. It's the same as our word, but just the C function has become an H. All right, so you pronounce every single letter. So if a word starts with HR, for example, as in the name Hrothgar, who is a character you might find in Beowulf, you pronounce the H and the R. So it sounds like Ha-Rothgar, Hrothgar, Ha-Rothgar, Hrothgar. So you pronounce every single letter. Likewise, if a word has a bunch of vowels next to each other, you pronounce the vowels one after the other in a row. So Hrothgar's wife, whose name is Wealhtheow, is pronounced way for the W-E, and then you have that A and that L. So Wealhtheow, Wealhtheow. If you run it together, Wealhtheow. There's another character named Unferth, and he interacts with Beowulf, and you pronounce his name Un. There's that U sound. It's oo like poo, Unferth. That E is like an A sound. Ferth. From Battle of Malden that you've read, there's a character named Beartnoth. 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 You run it together, so it's like beer with an H and a T. Beartnoth. Beartnoth. There's a lot of in Old English. There's also a guy in Battle of Malden named Godric, G-O-D-R-I-C. Goad. The G-O-D is goad, and R-I-C is rich. Godrich. Godrich. Okay, you're starting to get it. There's also some additional characters that you'll see, and these are the ones that I have here at the bottom of this page that I'm showing you right now. So some of these are characters that are adopted from Latin, and some are adopted from the runic alphabet. There's one that I'm going to show you that you're not going to see, but the first three you are going to see. So the very first one you can see there is this funky little thing where there's two letters running together, which is called a ligature. So that's an ash. That's the name of that character. It's called an ash. It makes this sound, like cat, like that broad A sound, That's what the ash does. So that's taken from Latin. This thorn character is taken from the runes, but in the runes, it's a triangle instead of a round shape. But as it got transferred to writing, you can make it round. And instead of making it pointy, it was rounded. So that's the thorn, straight from the runic alphabet. And it makes a TH sound. In particular, a TH sound like the sound at the beginning of think, an unvoiced TH sound. Think. I think I'm going to the north. Right? That's the thorn. So there's another TH sound. It was an important sound for the Anglo-Saxons, and that's this third little funky looking D with a cross through it, sideways D with a cross through it. That's called the eth, E-T-H, eth, eth. And that is also a TH sound, and it's the voiced TH sound. So the TH like in them or northern. Voiced, unvoiced. Think, northern. Do you hear this sort of difference? Think, northern, the. It doesn't matter if you're able to distinguish so clearly between the two th sounds. It's fine with me. If you see either one of these things, it's th. Th, th, when you see both of these. Now this character right here that looks like a 3 is actually called a yo. You're not going to see this one in any of the texts I've given you, but it does exist. And it makes it sound like this. Yo. Right? Like you're gently clearing your throat. Yo. Like Vincent van Gogh. Right? That's that same sound at the end. So that's some sounds that you need to know. Some sounds from Old English. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to read through the first 11 lines of Beowulf slowly, all the way once through, and then I'm going to go back to each line individually and kind of talk about each word a little bit. All right, so let me get started here and read to you the first 11 lines of Beowulf. What? We Gardena in Jardegum, Theod Köninga, Thrym Jefrunan, Hutha Ethelingas, Ellen Fremedon. Oft, shield chafing, share.
Here come Beowulf.
Oh.
Hey, young Beowulf.
Hi. Hi, Beowulf. Yep. This is a story about you. You totally got it. It's your story. That's right. You are the titular character of Beowulf. In other words, you are the title character.
Hey, young Beowulf.
You sure are. Look, Beowulf, do you mind if I read this for my students? You kind of interrupted me. Again.
Hey, young Beowulf.
Okay. Let me try this one more time. What? We Gardena in Jardegum, Theod Köninga, Thrym Jefrunan, Hutha Ethelingas, Ellen Fremedon. Oft, shield chafing, sheathana threatum, monigum, megthum, meodo setla ofte, egg soda eola, sithen erist, werth, verschaft funden, he thas frofra je bad, werks under wognum, werth mindum thar, othat him, Ehwilch, Thara, Imsitendra, Hova Hrongrade, Huren Shoulder, Gomban Gildan. That was good, König.
Hey, young Beowulf.
That was good, König.
Hey, young Beowulf.
I know, Beowulf, I know. You wish the story started with your family's lineage, not shield chafing. But it does start with him. Don't pretend like you don't know why.
Hey, young Beowulf.
Yes, the poet is establishing the legacy of Hrothgar. Hrothgar and Beowulf are the main act in the first half of Beowulf. They're the characters we are paying the most attention to. Beowulf is going to help Hrothgar. So the poet is establishing that Hrothgar comes from a prestigious background. His ancestor was a good king, like we see at the end. Yes, thanks, Beowulf. I do appreciate your help.